gorgeous, Sabrina here. Today we're talking all about skincare, and I'm going to be sharing my favorite skincare products with you. This is one of the most popular questions that I've been asked lately. What do you use on your face? The first two pieces of advice that I will give you for really great, healthy looking skin are two things that are absolutely free and not going to cost you a penny. Number one, drink water. Drink, drink, drink. Water is one of the most essential ingredients for beautiful, healthy looking skin. And number two, stay out of the sun. Yes, all of you sunbathers, sunbed tanners, all of you who do that, stop it. The reason I say that is because you want to think of your skin like a grape. You know how grapes are very nice, supple pieces of fruit, very smooth in the surface, but when you put grapes out in the sun and you take away the water in the grape, they get all dried up and wrinkly and then they turn into raisins. And your skin is no different. If you fail to hydrate your skin and you're laying out in the sun, you're going to end up looking like a raisin. And we don't want to look like raisins, we want to look like grapes. Okay, I just came up with that analogy right off the top of my head, but you get what I'm saying. Hydrate, stay out of the sun, those two things are going to give you a beautiful skin automatically. On to the products that I use. Very first product that I use every single day, going back to staying out of the sun, protecting your skin from the sun, is sunscreen. I use the Neutrogena Ultra Sheer Dry Touch Sunscreen. This has an SPF of 100. It does have Helioplex. Helioplex is an essential ingredient to have in your sunscreen because it protects you from UVA and UVB rays, which are very harmful to your skin. So you always want to make sure that you have Helioplex in your sunscreen. I generally apply this on my face, on my neck, on my chest, especially in these areas because these areas are the first ones to show your age. And I also apply this to the back of my hands every single day. Hands, chest, neck, face. My everyday moisturizer is the Shiseido Ibuki Protective Moisturizer. This has a sunscreen in it of 18, which is pretty good. But again, you don't want to rely on your moisturizer or your foundation for your sunscreen. You really should be applying something completely separate because there isn't enough sunscreen in here to protect your face throughout the day. What I love about this moisturizer in particular is that it goes onto the skin very easily. It soaks right in. It doesn't leave my skin feeling greasy or like it's not dried, and it keeps my face feeling moisturized throughout the day also. Really love this stuff. And this next product is one that I use on my face in the morning and at night, and it is the Kosmea, hope I'm saying that right, Rosehip Oil. This is an Australian brand. I just discovered this about 3 weeks ago and I have been using it and I really, really like it. I've been looking for a facial oil that really worked and I've tried a number of them, and this is the first that I've ever used that I've been really impressed with. And I wanted to read to you what it says on their website because there's no way I can remember all of this stuff off the top of my head to tell you, but I was really impressed with it and it makes my skin feel really soft and hydrated. I love it. So this is what it says. It is bursting with essential fatty acids, vitamins, and antioxidants. Rosehip oil is a healing oil that has the ability to deeply nourish and balance your skin. And that's exactly what it does. I feel like it keeps my skin from breaking out instead of breaking it out, whereas other facial oils that I was using ended up breaking me out. It says, with your first application, skin instantly feels smoother and softer, which is absolutely true, and over time, wrinkles, scars, and stretch marks may begin to fade, and your skin's natural healthy glow is restored. And that is absolutely true. I have actually been taking this and mixing it in with my foundation when I wear it during the day, and you don't need much because it's so super saturated. It comes with a little dropper like that, and I usually use like 1 drop of it with my foundation and blend it into my skin. And I'm telling you what, this stuff, amazing. And one more thing about this oil from this company that really impressed me, this actually comes from the hip of the rose. It's a fruit oil and it's actually extracted from the plant. And that's what this company prides itself on, because you can get rosehip oil, you know, in most places that is not specifically extracted from the plant, and that's not true rosehip oil. So this comes directly from the plant, and from what I've read in my research, that makes a huge world of difference. Love it. Now those are all the products that I use in the daytime. So I will switch here to all the products that I use at night. When I am removing my makeup, I remove it with the Almay eye makeup remover pads, and I use these on my eyes. I typically run a pad under water first and then remove my eye makeup. And this is the only product I have found that takes off my makeup so easily and is inexpensive at the same time. Works beautifully. And then to take off the rest of my face, I use good old Cetaphil face wash. And this stuff has not done me wrong. I love it. It does not dry out my skin like most other face washes tend to do. Just great stuff. And before I forget to mention it, when I wash my face with my handy dandy face wash here, I typically use the Conair face brush. And I've had this for years. I think I've had it for almost 9 years now. I had this long before the Clarisonic even came onto the scene. And it is superb. Look at that, it's got water in it. Getting rained on here. But it's no different than the Clarisonic. It performs exactly the same and the results are exactly the same. This gets off every ounce of makeup on your face. It's a great exfoliator without having to use a really tough, harsh product on your face. I mean, you just use this around your nose, up on the forehead, any places where you get dry, because I tend to get dry right in my T-zone only. This takes away all of the dead skin with no trouble at all. Let's not even forget to mention the price of this compared to the Clarisonic. Do not go out and spend $100 or $200 on the Clarisonic. This costs $15 and you can get it at Target. I just was on their website the other day and they still do sell this, and it's a great little tool. I've only had to change the batteries in it once in 9 years. That's crazy. It's great. But in the winter months when it gets really dry, or if I go up north for vacation or anything else like that, and this little guy is not enough to get rid of dry skin on my face, I will use a sugar scrub. This is from Tree Hut. It is their Shea sugar scrub, and I love the passion fruit and guava scent. I love it. Ah! The directions on this tell you to apply it to your body, but it does not specifically anywhere say that it's a body-only scrub. So I have used it on my face many times, and it's never broken me out or anything like that. I will say that the first ingredients in this is sugar for the exfoliating factor. So for those of us who have acne, if you do use a sugar-based scrub on your face, make sure that you really wash off every single bit of it. And then some. Keep on washing it off, because if you have sugar that gets left behind on your face, this can break you out also. So just be mindful of that if you do use a sugar scrub. Now for those of us who break out, because I do tend to break out every now and then, I rely on the AcneFree system. And you can get this at Walmart for about 20 bucks. It's amazing stuff. I have to tell you, I cannot rave enough about this line of products. I tried Proactive when it first came out. It didn't work at all for me. This is the first system that has actually worked and continues to work. Now what I will say about using the AcneFree system is that I cannot use it on an everyday basis, simply because it'll dry my skin out and my skin gets accustomed to it and then it stops working. So I really only recommend this for very minor occasional breakouts if you have that type of skin also. When I use it sporadically, it clears up my acne within 2 to 3 days. Gone. Also, if you get really bad acne, like the cystic acne and that really painful stuff, AcneFree makes a severe line also that I've heard is really good. And based on my results with their regular line, I can only imagine how good their severe line is. So if you struggle with acne, do check this line out. I guarantee you, you won't regret it. Another product I can't rave enough about is from Aveda, and this is their Intensive Hydrating Mask. I seriously cannot be without this stuff in my bathroom. This is probably the 5th one that I have purchased. I love using these when it gets really dry outside or when I travel up north and I start to get really bad dry patches on my face. This is the only thing that heals those dry patches when my exfoliating stuff won't take it all away. This just puts moisture back into the skin, and what I typically do with this is I'll put it on my face, I'll also put it on my neck, and I'll let it sit there for about 20 minutes, and when you wash it off, your face feels so soft, like a baby's butt soft. It is, oh, this is the best stuff ever. Seriously, if you suffer with dry skin in the winter, you gotta try this stuff. Now, every night before I go to bed, there are 2 products that I always apply to my face, no matter what. You can ask my husband, he will tell you. She can't go to bed yet because she has to apply her stuff. Number 1 being the Rosehip Oil that I talked about earlier. I always apply this onto my face before going to bed. And then an under eye treatment, and I also apply this onto my lids as well. And that is the Kinerase C8 Peptide Intensive Treatment. And I want to take a minute here to talk about this wonderful product. I was looking for something that would be for underneath the eyes, you know, an under eye treatment for about 4 months. And I ordered samples galore. I tried nearly every single skincare product out there for under the eyes. I tried Clarins, Estee Lauder, Lancome, tons. And the Clarins one, actually, I had an allergic reaction to that one. It made my eyes get all puffy and swollen and itchy. That was awful stuff. But this is the first stuff that I tried where I saw a noticeable difference. And the company tells you you will see a difference in 21 days of using this, and they are not lying. I was getting little bitty wrinkles, little bitty fine lines underneath my eyes, and I was actually in Nordstrom Rack. Nordstrom Rack has the worst lighting in the world. And I saw myself in the mirror and I said, oh, holy cow, that looks bad. And that was when I realized I needed to start using something like this. And it is the only thing that I used in my sample trial that diminished those lines and smoothed them out. I was super duper sold on this stuff. It's not the cheapest stuff in the world, but it works, and I highly recommend it if you're looking for something to firm underneath your eyes, take away any of those fine lines. You will not be disappointed with this stuff. 21 days, that's all it takes to start seeing results. Love it. And those are all my skincare products, and if you're interested in any of the ones that I covered today, I will have every single one of them listed for you down below in the description box. And feel free to share your favorites as well and what they've done for you. I'm always on the lookout for new skincare products, so I would love to hear your feedback and your comments on this topic. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Are you looking for new ways to wear your eyeshadows? Discover the only website online with pictures of combinations using the brands featured here and so many more. Head on over to myeyeshadowconsultant.com and get inspired today.